Look, George Soros is a Hungarian-American. He's not British. He doesn't live in Britain. He doesn't vote in Britain. He has no democratic mandate in Britain whatsoever. He's got a house here in Chelsea. I imagine he spends no more than 90 days a year here, because after that his tax status would be affected. He's a very rich man. He's a billionaire, as you said. And frankly, what's it got to do with him, what we do in this country? He's talking about being democratic. He thinks the referendum was not democratic. He wants a second referendum, therefore, to try and wipe out the first referendum. So if the first referendum wasn't democratic, how comes the second one is going to be different? Because it's his money involved. He's already given £800,000, we think, probably another £400,000. Ask the group he works for who the Tory donors are, who they say have signed up to that organisation. They won't tell you, because either they haven't got any or they don't believe in transparency and openness. And I've had this out with the chief executive of the organisation on my own radio programme on LBC. She said she didn't know, and then when she said she did know, she said, I can't tell you that, there are privacy issues. Hang on, the referendum in Britain was the biggest exercise in democracy we've ever had in this country, the biggest democratic mandate we've ever had. 17.4 million voted for leaving the European Union.
We invite George Soros to come on going underground to try and dispute this, but I presume those who are taking his money, hopefully he'll be here.
Is he here?
We'll try and get you on as well at the same time. But I'm sure those who are taking his money would say, we're British, we want Remain, and we're just being helped out by someone who's not a British subject.
Why can't they raise money here? That would be the better thing to do. They already had £9 million of taxpayers' money to fight their cause in the referendum. And I just repeat, we've had a referendum, it's done. It's up to the Parliament to decide whether they like the deal she brings back from Brussels. We don't want to have another referendum. There's no need to have another referendum, because that was never on the box. What they're doing, you see, the Remain people, is doing what the EU always does. Ireland had a referendum in the 90s, and they didn't like the result, so they had to hold another one. I think the same thing happened in Holland, and that's the typical EU trick. If we don't get the result we want the first time, we'll do it a second time. We're seeing it in Italy, aren't we? If you think Brexit is a problem, by God, if Italy starts talking about leaving the euro, Brexit will be a walk in the park.